Hello ladies and gentlemen, Clear Carbon here with another V-Rising video. Today I'm going to answer the question of what is V-Rising in 5 minutes or less. So let's get right into it. V-Rising is an open world survival game in which you play as a vampire. Not this kind of vampire. You will burn in the sun. However, I do believe that there's a mod for it if you really want a glimmer. But think more Buffy the Vampire Slayer, especially if you go with some of their random character selections. I mean, yeesh. Anyway. The game can be broken down into 5 intertwining categories. The first is exploration and travel. Bondurant currently has 5 different areas: Fairbane Woods, Dunley Farmlands, the Cursed Forest, Silverlit Hills, and the Hollowed Mountain. Mob level does rise as you travel, however you are not locked behind anything, so at level 1 if you want you can go to any area of the map to claim your territory and start building your castle. There are multiple ways to travel, including on foot using dashes and travel forms. Currently there's wolf, bear, bat, frog, and bat. You can also fast travel using vampire waygates. These can be built and used from the comfort of your own castle, or you can run to your nearest waygate or tunnel system. Unlike waygates, where you choose your destination, tunnels connect 2 predetermined points on the map. However, you do need frog or bat form in order to access most of these tunnels, but not all of them. Lastly, and my personal favorite, is by horse, in which there are different stats for each horse, so finding a plus 10 speed and acceleration pony can be extremely exciting. While traversing the map, you are going to be gathering and raiding. For gathering, you got woodcutting, mining, fishing, and flower farming. There are multiple towns and areas throughout the map that you will be pillaging, looking through people's cupboards, drawers, and chests in the hopes of running across these books. Books unlock weapons, armor, and your essential castle decorating recipes. You will also be looking at people's blood types. There are 6 different blood types: Creature, Worker, Warrior, Brute, Rogue, and Scholar. Each of them give a different buff to your character, and how many buffs you get and how good the buff is depends on the percentage of that blood type. You can just eat them and have the buff for as long as it remains. It does slowly drain from your system over time because, well, insatiable hunger is just part of being a vampire. Or you can hypnotize them and bring them home and put them in a cage or on tap for periodic use. You do have to feed them fish or rats to keep them alive and happy to continuously drain them, but with a little management you can have that blood type forever. Lastly, if you already have the blood you want on tap and you don't particularly want to go out and gather all of your own mats, you can convert the person into a minion, in which you can send them out on missions to retrieve different materials for you or to walk around and protect your castle. Again, better blood type creates a better minion that receives better buffs from armor, because yes, you do have to craft and give these guys armor so they can go higher levels and get better stuff. Ours usually end up with our hand-me-downs, especially when we want to try a new weapon type. There are 7 different weapon types. They are swords, slashers, maces, spears, reapers, axes, and crossbows. Each weapon has up to 3 unique abilities, depending on what tier the weapon is. Next, and where I spend way too much of my time, is castle building and crafting. There's a ton of customization when it comes to your castle. Bases, statues, carpet, wallpaper, storage containers, and lighting, just to name a few. The important part is to separate your castle into different rooms with different floor types. If you have the proper floor type under a crafting station, it works faster and uses less materials, so you can craft your next tier of gear and be on your merry way to take on the next boss. That brings me to my last point: boss fights and spells. Currently there are 37 bosses in the game. Defeating a boss will unlock different spells, dashes, travel forms, crafting stations, and or recipes. You can do these bosses in any order you see fit, and they roam throughout a general area in the open world. The final 3 bosses also unlock pillars of power, which need to be transported by foot and placed in your castle, where you and your clan can receive additional buffs. Admittedly, these buffs are a lot more helpful on a PvP server than on a PvE server, as at this point, if you can defeat the final 3 bosses, there isn't much more in the PvE world that can hurt you. But I'm sure that will change as the game grows, as it is currently in early access. I hope this helped answer many of your questions, but if I missed something, please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Greatly appreciate your support. And until next time, take it easy.